Republican House and a Republican Senate, he could have easily had his wall.
Well, the Republicans didn't want it. The Republicans didn't want the wall. Paul Ryan didn't want the wall. Lindsey Graham, we must declare a national emergency because I've got a primary in South Carolina next year that I think I'm going to lose, because there are all those quotes out there where I call Donald Trump say he has middle problems and that the Republican Party will die if Donald Trump gets the nomination. That Lindsey Graham, just a year ago, when Republicans were in charge, said it wasn't a good investment of money. John Cornyn, who's running in 2020, said it's a bad idea. To John Cornyn's credit, he still says a national emergency is a bad idea. We could go on and on. The Republicans didn't want this wall for 2 years. All they want is the issue. But speaking of issues where Republicans change their mind, look at these two clips, Willie, for great moments in hypocrisy. It's sort of a tired game we used to play. Remember when we used to go, what if a Republican did this? Boy, the press would kill him. Well, now it's, what if Barack Obama did this? But we don't have to really play that game, because here's Donald Trump and Mike Pence attacking Barack Obama for just signing executive orders. Watch.
The whole concept of executive order, it's not the way the country's supposed to be run. You're supposed to go through Congress and make a deal and go and talk to people and get the guys in there. And you know, whether you're Republican or Democrat, you're supposed to all get together and you're supposed to make a deal. But he couldn't make a deal because it's not his thing.
It would be a profound mistake for the President of the United States to overturn American immigration law with the stroke of a pen. Signing an executive order, giving a speech, barnstorming around the country, defending that executive order, is not leadership. I would implore the President to reconsider this path and to demonstrate the kind of leadership that the American people long to see, and that is that this administration would sit down with this newly minted Republican Congress and find genuine common ground. If the President of the United States, if he were to go through with this, I think he's acting outside the consent of the governed, and he's not providing real leadership to solve this intractable issue facing our country in the way the American people would expect a leader to do.
Wow. I mean, Joe, a lot happens. Things happen. Things get crazy. You forget stuff. Does Vice President Mike Pence forget that he says that?
No.
Does he forget that that's what he believed?
No.
Does he forget that that was him
life,
talking about leadership and how it should be properly used as President of the United States? Does he forget he said that?
No.
What has happened to him?
No, I mean, and by the way, things that he's believed his entire life have been thrown away because of Donald Trump. Things that
was full-throated.
Conservatives have believed their entire life. And I've got to say, it is cute watching so-called conservatives who are actually just in this personality cult of Donald Trump's, people lecturing me about not being a conservative, when actually I believe the same thing I believed 25 years ago, while a lot of these bloggers were having their diapers changed by their mothers and fathers. But it's not conservative. The party has completely changed what they stand for. And Bret Stephens says, I guess we have to play that game. What if Barack Obama? And this is this week's question for you and as our special guest star and our audience is this: what if, instead of just declaring signing an executive order, what if Barack Obama declared a national emergency on an issue that was actually in a better place than it had been in half a century, but used that national emergency to seize private property from Texas ranchers, Texas farmers, Texas families, and Texas small business owners? What in the world do you think that Mike Pence would say, shaking his head at the Republican Governors Association?
Oh, you know, Joe, this is a game I play all the time. I mean, what if Barack Obama had gone to Kim Jong-un, hat in hand, then declared at the State of the Union that peace had been achieved? What if Barack Obama had seized the notes of his translator following his secret meetings with Vladimir Putin? I mean, the list goes on endlessly, and the number of heads exploding at the Heritage Foundation, other conservative think tanks would have been almost in megaton range in terms of the quantity of explosion here. You know, what bothers me most, though, as a constitutional conservative, is the way in which Republicans are squandering, congressional Republicans are squandering their birthright. I mean, you said it so well, a co-equal branch of government. We do not believe, as conservatives, that too much power ought to be concentrated in the hands of one office holder, particularly because sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander. The powers that Trump appropriates for himself now and that Republicans like Mitch McConnell willingly grant him are powers that future Democratic presidents are certainly going to seize, using this as a precedent. And real conservatives already rue the day, but these new faux conservatives are going to rue that day when they handed over so much power to an executive to act as he or she pleases. When Elizabeth Warren starts seizing banks, or Kamala Harris declares a national emergency over climate change, I'd love to see what Sean Hannity has to say about that.
Now, what about guns? Yeah. And Karine, this is...
Boy, and by the way, Mika, that's
a real
what's
national
coming.
Exactly.
That is a real national emergency.